Hello, 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 folks. Welcome to the Hello World Podcasting with Magdalena. How is everybody doing? Listen, I just wanted to welcome everybody for my podcasting. Actually, for tuning into my channel. And just wanted to, let to those know who are new to my podcasting channel. It's about personal growth, mastering ourselves, figuring out who the heck we are in this complicated world. And also, in the meantime, using astrology for the personal and collective guidance. I always say, I do not go in prediction. I'm just kind of, pointing out the where the planets are, or what qualities they are bringing. But at the end, it's always how we will decide collectively what direction we are gonna go, and also how we can use it actually for our personal GPS and guidance, and at least direct our own lives possibly in a direction that is actually suitable for ourselves. So as always, I like to ask first the question: how are you doing? How are you handling this intensity of the craziness? I have to say actually that today we have quite a bit of Aries energy. And I also wanted to just kind of acknowledge that I didn't do my podcasting on Thursday. I didn't post it for Thursday as I normally do. But sometimes I kind of lag behind because the energy is so intense, and I just kind of like to let it settle down a little, and just to see what's really going on behind. But I'm telling you, there's so much going on. Absolutely incredible. So anyway, where do we wanted to start today? There are a couple of areas that I'm kind of, playing with that, and we will see, what direction, this whole thing will kind of go. Because I do not like, or I don't put, too much, notes, but go more by my own intuition and the guidance. And I'm trying to kind of keep, to the at least the 20 minutes or so, the length of the podcasting, because in this age there are so many people podcasting and doing YouTubes, and there's so much incredible information. And I personally listen to a lot of the different people, and I have to say this, there's this enormous time that I have to spend, to get the information. And I wish sometimes people will kind of go more to the detail, and not so stretch out the podcasting or the videos, because it's incredible huge amount of time, consumption. So today, the sun is Aquarius, moon is in Aries, Mercury is in Aquarius. So we have, kind of dance between Aquarius and the Aries energy. Venus is in Capricorn, Mars is in Aries, Jupiter is in Sagittarius, Saturn is in Capricorn, Uranus is still in Aries. Uranus is going into Taurus, I think somewhere middle of March. Neptune is still in Pisces, Pluto, Capricorn, Chiron. That will actually end up to be today my gravitational point. The North Node is in Cancer, and guess what? That's the only retrograde. I cannot even believe this. This is beautiful. After, last year we had so much retrograde planet. It was just insane. And Lilith is in Pisces. Oh, she went from Aquarius to Pisces. Okay, so she's practically kind of holding hands with the Chiron in Pisces. Interesting. So what does that all mean to us, folks? How can we kind of take a little glimpse and check out as a astrological map. Aquarius is more it's an air energy, and it's a little different than the look like Aries is a fire energy. And when you kind of used to to the different elements, I'm a fire energy, so I'm very comfortable with fire, and I'm very comfortable with water signs also. But when it gets in the air is too slow for me. It is maybe I should say it differently. I am missing the grounding aspect of the air energy, even though I have a moon in Gemini. But I have a lot of other, fiery aspect. So it could feel a little creepy. Okay. We've been watching my whole, team. I'm working with folks, in the health and wellness. We've been saying the whole week, last week, the energy is totally crazy. The energy is crazy. And what we were recognizing is that there is such coldness in the air, it's just insane. Meaning, the Aquarius is, as I said, it's an air sign, but also it could be a very much detached energy. So, it lacks compassion, in a sense. It is, very strongly oriented in a certain direction, but it's look like it's missing this like I said, fire. It is just so. Anyway, I'm kind of looking here at the Aries energy and the Pisces energy and I'm kind of getting distracted here. So anyway, but it is what it is. What is very interesting, what I really wanted to point out today is the Chiron in Pisces, folks. Chiron has a 51 year cycle, until it goes, through the cycle. And what is interesting right now is that Pisces is, finishing the cycle. So I would ask, as I've been talking about in my last podcasting about, reflect on your life in the last 51 years, and kind of go and check through, the good deeds, the painful aspect, and try to summarize, at the end, what is it that you learned, and what are the incredible nuggets that came out of that cycle. For those who are not in that certain age, you just have to kind of check out where the Pisces energy is. And Chiron was in the Pisces in the last 7 years. And it's also, Chiron is about healing wounds. So recognize, where the Chiron was pointing out your most woundedness, and how did you feel about? And what is incredible for me right now is that on February 18th, it will move into Aries. And practically we are starting with that a whole new cycle. But what will end up to be very interesting in the Aries, Chiron being in the Aries, is that Aries is about me, my desires, what I want. So, Aries is the first sign, and it's also a pioneer energy. It's a little immature, so it needs a reflection, through the polarity of the Libra. Okay, so practically it is also relating to other people. So practically it will it is learning to experience by sharing. But having Pisces, actually not Pisces, but Chiron in the Aries, what we will experience is the woundedness. So wherever you have Aries, and when the Chiron goes there, it will be very interesting to see, what will come up, and what aspect will come up for the revelation, and also to heal those aspects. Remember, we were talking about constantly, integrate your shadow, work your shadow, and so that those aspects are not showing up in the outside world. Something else what I was kind of contemplating to share is that the Taurus energy. Meaning, the Uranus is gonna go in March into Taurus, and I was listening to John Lash, and I came to a very interesting understanding what he was sharing there. And when I was listening to his material, I came to conclusion that will end up to be a much bigger picture, and it will actually relate also about Uranus in Taurus. Taurus is earth energy. It's about grounding. It's about the earth. It's about the nature, agriculture, money. But the biggest thing, what I came to understand, is that about our desires. And this really put me in the whole setback and contemplation, and I understand what's really going on around us. And I realized that behind so many things look like, climate change, all those different aspects, especially right now, what's really going on with the Aquarius energy, the social programming, giving up practically the individuality for the sake for the group, is actually what's really happening. We are getting folks totally reversed. Remember in the last podcasting I've been talking about, as I was listening to this healer from New Zealand, when he was talking about the light calendar compared to the arcanic astrology, that the arcanic astrology is 180 degree off. As I was listening to John,